Hello there. Okay. I did. Okay. I didn't hear the noise. I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome back to the ABC2. Uh, B is for bottoms up. And I know most of you are going, what's bottoms up? Yeah, I'm taking a risk of doing what is probably an unknown movie, but I've wanted to talk about this movie for a while. After watching this, I realized I didn't remember anything about this movie. All I remember that Jason Mewes was in it, and I've seen this twice. This is another one of those infamous off-the-shelf files from Family Video, where I saw a movie, saw an actor I liked, like, say, Jensen Ackles in Devour, or this Jason Mewes in this case, and thought, okay, let me check it out. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually a pretty good movie. I was a little concerned when the movie started and there was an animated opening. I was like, oh no. Oh no. It's just one of those where it's like it was better then kind of thing. I don't know. So like I said, I've seen this twice before. I read it and I watched it and then I brought it over to my friend Brandon's place and we watched it there. The premise that they start off with is not the premise we get. The premise that would start off with is that the fuck is his name? Jason Mewes. I gotta know what his name is. I can't remember it. Why? I don't know what the problem is with me and names. Okay? I don't know what it is. Anyway, so Jason Mewes' character, I think I do have it. Owen, right? Owen. His name is Owen. Excuse me, hold on, my throat. Owen. He has to help his dad, who's played by not Jack McGee, discount Jack McGee, if you will. It's that guy that you've seen in things that you might think is Jack McGee. He's the guy in. This guy is in Halloween 4. Is the guy that goes, Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this place. That guy. Raymond O'Connor is the actor's name. Yeah. I always confuse him for Jack McGee. I love Jack McGee. You guys gotta watch The McCarthys. That's a good show. Only lasted one season, no CBS. Anyway. So, because this guy's steakhouse or bar, whatever, is failing, his dad's failing, he's going to go to LA and enter this bar tending competition and win the money, bring it back, right? So that they can save the business. This bartending competition, a very small plot point in this entire movie. Because you think, oh, the whole movie's going to lead up to that, and if he's going to win, he's going to lose, all going to depend on that. No, it pretty much happens right away, and he loses. So you're going, well, shit, now what? And this movie had some pretty good, it's a pretty good cast. You got Jason Mewes, who I know is, usually people say he's crap without Kevin Smith. Well, good news for you who say that. Kevin Smith is in this movie playing Rusty number 2. Yeah, there's 2 Rustys. And it's really just a cameo at the beginning and the middle and the end or whatever. But yeah, John Abrams, he of Scary Movie fame, is in this. Paris Hilton, who's on the cover, but is not blonde in the movie. But I assume that she's blonde on there because they wanted to have Paris Hilton's actual face on the cover. If you want the brunette wig that she's wearing version, it's on the back. Right. David Keith, not Keith David. David Keith plays his uncle, and the one running joke he has is that he's gay, but he's trying to not admit to that, right? And so you just have a one note joke with him. Oh yeah, I love them titties. Oh, we have women. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go cruise for chicks. Just that's the one note joke with him throughout this. Even to the point that when it finally does come out, he's like, "Something I gotta tell you. I'm gay." He's like, "Yeah, so?" It's like, I'm like, on the way. It's just, and praise to David Keith, because he really brings it. He's a straight man in real life, but the way he presents himself, he holds himself, he moves around, he walks. This is clearly a gay man pretending to be a straight man. Just the way he walks into a room or over to the side, the way there's a scene where he answers the door with his shirt off, which is weird to begin with. But when he sees that it's the movie star guy in this, he's like, it's the way he's holding. He's like, ugh. I'm like, first of all, David Keith, at least in this movie, buffer than I am. Strut around, man. You got the guns, okay? You got the guns. So yeah. Oh, and Nick Nack. You're like, who? Well, let's see. He's it's that fat guy in that one thing. Basically, what you're gonna say. He was in American Pie Better House. He was the John White Stifler's character, his roommate. I forget that. Eric Stifler's roommate in there. He was also in Van Wilder freshman year. And the Wikipedia page sends you to a music producer by that name. I don't think it's the same person, because I looked. The picture doesn't look like him at all, unless he lost weight, which is good if he did, go for him. But it doesn't. Quiet! You mean don't get me demonetized? Jesus Christ! I'm not monetizing him. Don't get me counter strike. Jesus Christ! Mute you. Oh, I didn't mute it. Nick Nack, like I was saying. No profession. Nicholas Matthew Balding. I don't think this is that guy, because the picture in 2014 he looked like that. I don't think that's the same guy. All they have here is music videos that he produced. Hold on. Van Wilder. Oh, and this is connected to Nick Nack in the scene, because his character is always saying the N-word. Corporal Benedict. Nick Nicotera is what is, but they have the wrong Nick Nack. Nick Nicotera, that's his full name, Nick Nack. But Corporal Benedict's his character name. Paris Hilton says the N-word. So if anyone ever want to hear her say that, because there's him and this African American gentleman. They're going around and saying it, and she's like, "Quit saying N-word." And I'm like, well, technically, this African American gentleman is allowed to say it. Nick Nack, not so much, but whatever. Desmond Harrington is Rusty #1, and I wish he had a longer. Also, Phil Morris, Jackie Childs from Seinfeld. Jackie Childs from Seinfeld plays the news anchor Pip Wingo. He's an asshole. Brian Halasay is the other guy, and he is famous for being Jennifer Love Hewitt's husband. Seriously, I guess he was in a show called Privileged, in the Client List, which was his wife's show. So, and Revenge. Yeah. So the whole plot here is that after this whole thing falls through, he decides he wants to blackmail Paris Hilton into when he finds out that she was banging some dude named Jesus, who was a valet parker. So he's like, hey, you take me around, you show me into the scene, you introduce me into the famous stuff. I won't say nothing. So that's, yeah, he blackmails him. So I'm gonna say here, Jason Mewes is not bad, and I think this is when he was still before he got completely sober. I think. I mean, they smoke weed in the movie, but it could be fake for all, and it probably is. But this was 2006. This came out. Same year that Clerks 2 came out, by the way. Personal life. In a July 2006 interview, he reported he was sober, so... A year after 2009 after having surgery. He's clean now, sober since July 2010. And I've seen... Yeah, so this is in the middle of all that, I guess, but, I forgot about the 4:30 movie. Anyway, so, but I think he does a pretty good job in this. You know, there are times when there's little scenes where he gets a little wild, but it's pretty much down to earth. And Paris Hilton, for all the criticism she got for House of Wax, she's not bad. She's better than she was in that movie. Must have got some kind of within a year, you know. So I was confused as to where this movie was going, because there's a scene where early on, he's at a party, he meets this girl, and so his whole thing is he's getting close to Paris Hilton, and then there's this other girl, and I thought, oh, I see what it is. He's gonna get close to Paris Hilton, and he's gonna fall for this girl, not the famous girl. That's not the direction they go at all. She sleeps with John Abrams, and then she's gone for the rest of the movie till towards the end when they bring her up again. Honestly, by the time things got going, I forgot about her. I forgot about the plot point that because John Abrams reveals that he did a sex tape with her, right? Which is illegal, and well, by the end of the movie, they post that shit on the news. So she can now sue his ass for making that, although she's kind of involved in sending it there. But anyway, so he begins to connect to the rest of them and be friends with movie star guy. I had the cast up, right? Hayden Field, with Hayden. His name is Hayden. He was friends with him and stuff. They start hanging out, which causes John Abrams to get angry. I'm not going to look up John Abrams' name. It's just John Abrams. And jealous and all that. I don't know what his subplot was. It feels like something was deleted here. Because there's a whole thing where he shows up. Because there's a scene where he's smoking weed. They got this big old two-way bong that they smoke out of. He's smoking weed with Hayden. And Hayden allows him to video record him for an interview where he divulges this past where he got into acting because of a jerk-off video where he was dressed with a farmer's hat and a coverall or overalls and stuff, and he just whacking off. And it's revealed that the uncle has the tape, because of course he does. That's where he admits that he's gay, and he's like, yeah, so? If only it was that easy for people to come out nowadays, you know what I mean? Like, people are so temperamental about that shit. It's like, be who you want to be, right? Be yourself. And if you're gay, be gay. If you're straight, be straight. If you're whatever, be whatever. You know? Be who you are. Don't be afraid. Isn't that a song? No, it's free your mind, not be yourself. Still, free your mind, the rest will follow. Yeah, just be yourself, man. But, so then they have that tape. John Abrams. I was about to call him Don Johnson. That's two different people. John Abrams shows up and is like, hey, he changed his mind, he wants the tape back. And so he gives him a tape, but it's not the right tape. But he takes it to the agent guy, Hayden's agent, to show him, and it's like, okay. But this tape that he recorded, even though they make a big deal about it, oh, we got his ass, he tried to screw you over. What was the subplot? Like, it's clear that Hayden had nothing to do with this. That this was something he cooked up. But we don't see the beginning of this. All we see is that he goes to leave. They say he gives a couple of double-doubles, and we don't see him again until the next morning when they change his mind. Is there a missing scene here? Because I feel like there's a scene where he calls the agent or something. He's like, you got to get that tape. If it gets out, we're screwed. That sort of thing. There's also the subplot. It's revealed that Paris Hilton is secretly working at a homeless shelter. Sure. 2005, 2006, Paris Hilton. No way. Maybe now. I don't know. But and so there's that too, and her dad's like, after she breaks it off with Hayden, and he's just like, man, whatever, you know, because it very clearly this was just for publicity. Neither of them really cared about it, and she likes a man, you know, I forgot his name again, Owen. She likes Owen, who is simultaneously labeled as a stalker in the papers, but also they're telling people that he's her cousin. Then they're making out on the rooftop. It's amazing. 2 movies in a row where people just spontaneously make out. I didn't mention, in my review for Adventureland, there's a part where Jesse Eisenberg's like, hey, could we go somewhere? And so they drive on the side of a bridge or something, and they pull over. He just goes up and just starts kissing her. And here, they're like talking, and then they go on the roof, and she starts kissing him. He's like, oh, what was that for? What was that for? So there's also a plot line in this. There's a lot of plot lines where the uncle has a problem with the newscaster guy, Phil Morris's character, and he was like, "Oh, I called him to get us in," and he's like, "You guys in?" And we didn't get in. Well, I told him to put your names on the list. No, didn't. So he's total revenge on that. So that leads to, they bring the tape to him and say, hey, you give us $500,000. The tape is yours, man. Eventually he caves in, but they swap the tape. And it's revealed that the tape that they have is the sex tape that John Abrams did with that one chick, which they blur her face out. But they clearly can't show the whole thing. And they wouldn't be able to show the jerk-off video on the news, too. They had to blur a lot on that one. I don't know what, because they promised the jerk-off video, and then they had to change it, because they don't have that. They have this. And that's put on there. So John Abrams get in trouble, because in the video, they say that he likes to put a eggplant up his ass. I'm no scientist, but I do not think it'll fit. Unless you cut it. Maybe it's like a piece of an eggplant. But if that broke off, you're going to have to push, man. Some 2 girls, 1 cup shit. No, thank you. Anyway. Yes, I did just bring up a video from... I've been watching Tosh.0 on Paramount Plus. And it's very... They're talking about Chris Crocker and 2 Girls, 1 Cup and a lot of stuff that seems ages ago by now. It's... Oh. Anyway. So now he's going to go back to Minnesota. By the way, he's supposed to be from Minnesota. He is the most Jersey-sounding Minnesotan I'd ever heard. And then you got these other 2 guys doing their best Fargo impression. Oh, yeah, we're going to be all fine, okay? That's not what we sound like. Maybe northern Minnesotans. I'm from southern Minnesota. I'm actually born in Iowa. So maybe I should sound southern. But, like, it's weird that Iowa is like in the middle of America, and people sound like from the south down there. It's really weird. I got relatives who sound like they should be from Texas. Oh yeah, you get over there on that corn and everything. It's like, Jesus Christ. Iowa, the redneck state. And I'm serious about that. I have relatives. They're so old, they don't know what tissues are. We had a funeral. My sister brought tissues. They use bandanas, handkerchiefs. That's how they're like, what was it? Speaking of which, my nose. So Owen is supposed to go to his premiere with her, this movie, because he playing Mexican number 2 or something. And her dad basically says, no, you get back with Hayden, I'm taking everything away. Again, this plot point is interesting. But then they throw it away because she pushes him away. He's like, I'm out of here. I gotta go. I've been screwed. And then he finds out that she, off screen, told her dad off. Something was deleted. Like, told her dad off. But like, he's like, well, I can take away your shelter. How do you have any control of that? And she's fine now at the shelter and all that. And she's pushed her dad away. And right, so he says goodbye to him, and then they end up getting back together. He's at his movie premiere. And she's also there. And they kiss happily ever after. Oh, and the uncle gets the newscaster job because he gets fired because he promised one thing and showed another. And John Abrams is just known as the guy who showed eggplant up his ass. I enjoyed this. All right, I'm going to give it a low pretty good. I enjoyed this. I had more fun with it than I thought I was going to. The animated things, at the beginning, there's a couple in the middle. I was surprised they didn't go full animated in the end, but they don't. It's weird, though, that they have this song playing, the song playing at the end of the movie, and it cuts. Then they start the song over in the credits. It's like, okay, we have it cut. Oh, wait, we don't have any other songs? Just play that song again. That's what it seems like. And I enjoyed this. It was a nice, go back and just, check it out. So, what are your thoughts on Bottoms Up? And yeah, that title only makes sense because he was a bartender, which he does have a competition. I think it's with John Abrams at one point, and he wins, so he gets all pissed. But like that title does not fit with this movie. That he's a bartender and he goes to LA and he's got this bartending thing. That's a small, minuscule part of the film. It doesn't even matter to the basic plot of this movie. I don't know why it's called that, but whatever. What are your thoughts on Bottoms Up? In the comments, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.